auxiliary verbs, in asking questions, some rules need to be followed. Okay. Now, in the first person, will is never used. We always use shall. Shall I call her? You won't say, will I call her? Do you want me to call her? That is, you wish. So, let's look at in asking questions, the following rules should be observed. Okay, let's look at that first. Okay. In asking questions, the following rules should be observed. In asking questions, the following rules need to be observed. Okay. 1. In the first person, 1. In the first person, in the first person, will is never used. Will is never used. In the first person, will is never used. We always use shall. Okay? So, in the first person, will is never used. We always use shall. That's what we are going to see now. Now, for example, okay, I have examples here for you. Shall I call her? Shall I call her? Shall I call her? Shall I call her? But you will not say, do you want me to call her? You will not say, do you? Do you want me to call? Call her. What we are talking is, do you wish? You're talking about wish here. Okay. Now, in the first person, will is never used, shall is used. Shall I call her? Shall we go to see her? Shall we go to see her? Shall we go? We go to see her. And here, what we mean is, shall we go to see her? Do you intend to go and see her? We are talking about intention. Do we intend? Do we intend to go to see her? So we are talking about intention. All right. Then, shall I be late? Shall I be late? Here, what you mean is denote simple future. Here denotes simple future. Simple future time. Okay. Then you must remember one thing when we talk about all this. Please note this. Never say, we should never say, will I, will we. Okay? Never. Never say, will I, or will we. So these two you need to remember. Never say, will I or will we. That we need to keep in mind. Okay, and the second category, in the second person, shall or will is used according to whichever is expressed in the answer. So that's the first category. In the second type, in the second person, we are talking about in the first person. Now, in the second person, shall or will is used. Shall or will is used. Shall, will, shall or will is used according to whichever is expressed in the answer. Shall you go home tomorrow? Shall you? Shall You go home. You go home tomorrow. Now, when you talk about this answer is no, I shall not. What is the answer? Answer is no. I shall not go till next Sunday. That's what you mean. Okay. Will you come tomorrow? Will you come tomorrow? Will you? Will you come? Will you come tomorrow? And here the answer is, what is the answer? Here the answer is, yes, I will. Yes, I will. That's the answer. Okay, now you must remember to note this very carefully. Same like this here, please note. We have to note, will you is the most, will you is the most common form of, most common form of asking questions, asking a favor. As, will you grant me leave for 2 days? As, will you grant me leave? Will you grant me leave for 2 days? For 2 days? And the third person, will is always used. Then, in the third person, we have one more to go. The third person, how the will is used. Now we will look at asking questions. What rules we'll follow in the third person. That's what we are looking at. Okay. In the third person, in the third person, will is always used. In the third person, will is always used in the third person. Will you go there tomorrow? Will you go there tomorrow? Will. Will you or will he go there? Will he go there tomorrow? Next. Will they come to see us? Will they? Will they come? Will. Will they come to see us? To see us today? Or will there be a holiday tomorrow? Will there be a holiday tomorrow? Now, in the third category. In asking questions, there are three categories we said. In the first, in asking questions, first person will is never used. In the second person, will and shall is used according to just expected answer. And in the third, in asking questions, we should be the rule that's observed here in the third person. Will is always used. Will you go there tomorrow? Will they come to see us today? Will there be a holiday? Will you come and see your grandparents? Or will you come and take your books? Will he come? Will he come to take? Will he come to take his books? Will she be all right tomorrow? Will she be all right tomorrow? Will she be all right? Will she be all right, say, by next week? What are we looking at? Is that will is always used. Okay? Now, we learn the usage of shall and will. Now, what we will do, we'll do a short exercise so that we can recollect what we have already done. Having gone through the auxiliary verbs, the usage of will and shall, we will do two short exercises for us to practice what we learned. So what we are going to do is fill in the blanks with shall or will. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks with shall or will. Shall or will. Sometimes we can use both, only in certain cases that we will see. Okay? Fill in the blanks with shall or will. Now, the first sentence I have here is, The wicked. The wicked. The wicked, and then we'll see what to fill in. Dash perish. Then I will write down the sentences, then we will see how to fill in with what. I dash succeed or die in the attempt. In the attempt. Next, you dash be dismissed. Dismissed if you disobey. Disobey my orders. My orders. The fourth one, I think we dash win the match. The fifth one, I dash not be trifled with. That is troubled. Next I have he dash obey us. You dash leave the room at once. The room at once. Eighth one, we dash never. We dash never have him. Never have him. Never have him as our leader. As our leader. Ninth one, I dash have my own way. Have my own way. My own way. Tenth we have you dash be my queen. Be my queen. One more. I dash be 20. 20 next Wednesday. And the last, okay. Now, I've got here some sentences for us to look at. As I told you, we are going to use shall or will. But in some cases, both can be used. The first sentence, we are supposed to fill in the blanks with shall or will. The wicked will perish. No, normally we say, the wicked shall. The wicked shall perish. And the second sentence we have, I dash succeed or die in the attempt. Here it is determination. I will. Here we are talking about determination. I will succeed. I will. We're talking about determination. I will succeed or die in the attempt. You dash be dismissed. Here, the third one, according to what we learned, in the model auxiliary, they say shall and will sometimes can be used same. Now, you will be dismissed if you obey my order, but you can also say you shall be dismissed. So, we can say you shall be dismissed if you obey my order. Shall. You shall be dismissed if you obey my orders. Shall be dismissed if you disobey my orders. You can also say you will be dismissed if you disobey. So, you shall. In this case, in the third sentence, alone, we can use either shall or will according to the rule we learned earlier. So, you shall be dismissed if you disobey my order. You can also say here, you will be dismissed if you disobey. Okay, that is the rare case. In the fourth one, I think we dash the match. I think we shall. I think we shall win the match. I think we shall win the match. So playing the match and we are going to win it. So they are very happy. Fifth one, I dash not be trifled with, troubled with. I will not. Very good. I will not be troubled with. Trifled is troubled. I will not be troubled with. Okay. Next one. He dash obey us. Here it is order. He will obey us. Very good. He will. You are ordering the person. He will obey us. Okay. And in the next one, you dash leave the room at once. Again here, exception, just like the third one, you can use both here. Now, you will say, you shall leave the room at once. But you can also say, you will leave the room. You will leave the room at once. So, the third sentence and the seventh sentence, you can use either will or shall. The eighth one, we dash never have him as our leader. Here it is, we shall. We shall never have him. We shall never have him as our leader. Shall. Then, in the next one, ninth one, I dash have my own way. Here you are determined. I will have my own way. Here it is, I will have my own way. Determined to have your way. 10th one. Again the 10th one is an exception. You shall be my queen. We can also say, you will be my queen. So the 10th one is you shall be. You shall be my queen. You can also say I will be. You will be my queen. Either will or shall can be used in these two. Next one. And the last one is I dash be 20. I will be. I will be 20 next Wednesday. I will. Let's go through all the sentences I have here. Fill in the blanks with shall or will. And in the cases like 3rd, 7th, and 10th. Let's look at the 3rd one, exception, the 7th one, and the 10th one. We can use both. You can use either shall or will, and it is perfect. The wicked shall perish. I will succeed or die in the attempt. You shall be dismissed if you disobey my orders, or you will be dismissed if you disobey my orders. 4th, I think we shall win the match. And the 5th one, I will not be trifled with. 6th one, he will obey us. And the 7th one, you shall leave the room at once, or you will leave the room at once. And the 8th one, we shall never have him as our leader. 9th one, I will have my own way. And the 10th one here, you can use any. You shall be my queen, or you will be my queen. And finally, I will be 20 next Wednesday. So we will do one more set of sentences for us to recollect, practice what we learned, the usage of will and shall.